Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you guys how you can track your stock portfolio in Microsoft Excel. By the end of this, all you have to do is enter in your stock, the amount of shares you bought, and the price per share that you bought it at. Our spreadsheet will take care of the rest, and Excel's stock feature will be able to pull live data so that you don't have to update it every day. And let's get started with a blank spreadsheet. So I'm going to start by typing in our first stock in cell A2, and I'm just going to type in Apple. I could type in the ticker AAPL, but I'm going to type in Apple to show you guys how this stock feature works. So if I'm in cell A2, I have this selected, and I go to the data tab and then click on stocks, which is in the data types group. If I click on stocks, you'll see this data selector pop up on the right, and it can filter through data. So if I type in Apple or AAPL or Apple Inc., it knows what we're looking for. So what we're going to do is select our stock, Apple Inc., and there's other exchanges you can select from, but we will do the NASDAQ. So hit select, and then you'll see that our format changed a little. If you look in the formula bar, you see Apple Inc., and you see NASDAQ, NAS, and AAPL, which is our ticker. And now that this cell is formatted as a stock, there are many other things we can do with it, which I'll explain in a second. But first, let's make this a little bigger and add our other stocks as well. So a few sample stocks I'll pick for this example. We'll do Microsoft, Tesla, Coca-Cola, and General Motors. And then we should be able to select all of them at once and hit stocks, and then the stock will pop up for all of them. And then again, you can see in the formatting that these first three have NAS in the cell, which means they're the NASDAQ, and then Coca-Cola and General Motors are the New York Stock Exchange. So like I said, now that we have these, we can do more with it. So our next column, let's have all the tickers for all the stocks. So all you have to do once you have your stock formatted in column A, in column B, we type in equals, and then we can select the stock, Apple in this case, and you see we have this drop down scroll bar of all these different options we can select from. So if we scroll down, you will see ticker symbol as an option, and let's select that and hit enter. And AAPL will pop up, and if we drag this down, the tickers for the other ones will pop up as well. So now would be a good time to fill in our headers in row 1 of everything that we're going to need for this spreadsheet. So we will have the stock, and then the ticker, of course, which we have filled out already. Then we will display the price, the change, which will be today's change in price. Then we will have today's gain or loss, and let's skip a column because we will have today's gain or loss both in dollars, dollar amount, and percentage amount, and this is related to our portfolio, so it's a little different than the change. The change will be the per share change for the day, and the dollar change in today's gain or loss will be multiplied by however many shares we own. So then once we skip to column G, we will have the total gain, if I can spell it, total gain or loss, and again this will be in dollars and percentage. So we will then skip to column I, and this is where we will have the amount of shares we own, the current value of our position, our cost basis, so how much we bought in for, and the per share amount that we bought in for. Also, I'm going to do some formatting before we have to do this later. And column A, if I right click and select column width, we'll make this 40. We're almost there already. And then for columns B through L, all of our headers, we can right click column width, and then we'll make this size 14. And then for the rows, we will select row 1, right click, and make the row height 30. We will then select 2 through 7, right click, row height, make this 40, and then we'll skip a row and we'll make row 9 40 as well. And for these other 2 rows I added, in row 7, I forgot I wanted to add Amazon. So I'll put Amazon in, highlight the ticker as well. And then row 9, there is a break in between this and the rest because this will be our total, which we'll talk about at the end. And for some other formatting, before we get too deep into this sheet, let's highlight the entire thing by selecting here. And then if we go to the Home tab, I'm going to change the font to Verdana, make the font size 8. Then I will also, in the Alignment tab, center everything to the middle and to the center. The only exception to this is I'm then going to go back and take all these stocks and tickers and left align these just because I think that looks a little better. I'll then highlight the headers, make them all bold, highlight them like this so that I can color them blue and make the font white so that they stand out a little bit more. And then I'll also put borders around all of our data, missing a column, and put borders around our totals as well. And then I guess I'll also bold our stocks and tickers. And then one other thing, I forgot, the today's gain or loss, we can highlight columns E and F, merge and center, and do the same thing for the totals in G and H. Okay, now we're really ready to fill everything in. So for the price and the change columns, these are really simple. All we have to do is select equals, click on our stock in cell A2, and then we scroll down and simply select price and hit enter. So you can see the price of 1 share of Apple stock is $259. The change, same idea, equals, click on the stock, and then we will select change, hit enter. And you can see that Apple stock was up 33 cents per share today. If we select these cells and drag them all the way down, the rest of the information will fill in for the other stocks. So next, I'm going to fill in the shares and per share columns. These will be manual entries. So I'm going to write underneath manual, and let's bold this and color this in so it's obvious. So the shares, per shares, and the stock itself will be the only 3 manual entries you need. Everything else will be a formula. So when I make the template, you download your own copy of the template. All you have to do is change the stocks, the shares, and the per share, and you'll be good. Everything else will be automated. All right, so now I copied all the shares, the amount of shares we own, and the amount per share. Just in case anyone was curious, this per share amount is from January 2nd of 2025. So next, let's fill out the current value and cost basis columns. The current value is pretty simple, as well as the cost basis. And for current value, all we have to do is type in equals, and then this will be the price in C2 times the amount of shares in I2. And you can see our current value for Apple stock is almost 2,600. And the cost basis is equal to the amount per share that we bought for times the amount of shares that we bought for. And you can see the cost basis is 1,300, but let's copy the formatting over from current value to cost basis. And now if we select these J2 and K2 and drag these all the way down, you'll have all our current values and all our bases. Next, we'll do today's gain or loss in columns E and F, and this will be our gain or loss today, not the stock. Our loss will be the amount of shares times today's percentage. So next, let's do today's gain or loss in columns E and F, and this will be both in dollars and percentage. So in cell F2, if we hit equals and then select our stock once again, we want the change percentage. And if we hit enter, you'll see that we are up 0.13% today. And in terms of dollars, all we have to do is type in equals and select the dollar change for today times the amount of shares we own and hit enter. So you can see today, Apple stock is up 33 cents, giving us a $3.30 gain or a 0.13% gain. And again, like we did for the rest, let's drag this all the way down. And for these last two columns in G and H, these have a little bit more of a complicated formula, but it's really not complicated. So in G2, for the total gain or loss, so this is from the time we bought it to now how much we've gained or lost. So if we type in equals, and then in parentheses, we'll select C2, the price, minus L2, how much we bought it for, close our parentheses, and then multiply that times the amount of shares, hit enter. You can see our total gain for Apple is almost $1,300. And then real quick, I just noticed the per share amount is not formatted properly. So if we copy formatting from the cost basis column to the per share column, that's much better. Moving back to the total gain or loss in terms of percentage in cell H2, let's type in equals, and then in parentheses, we'll select J2, the current value, minus our total cost basis in K2, close our parentheses, and then divide that by our total cost basis again, K2, hit enter. And then if we format this as a percentage, and let's also add a couple decimal points to this, you'll see that we have almost doubled. We are up 99.47% in Apple stock in just over a year. And then if we drag this all the way down, you can see how that looks for the rest of it. And now this looks a little bland, so we're going to make everything look a little bit nicer, and then we'll do the total row at the very end. So the first thing I want to do is create some alternating colors here. So if I highlight our range of data from A2 to L7, and then I go to conditional formatting, new rule, and then I want to make a custom rule. So let's do use a formula. And then in this bar here, we're going to type in equals MOD, parentheses, row, another open parentheses, if you can see, and then close those parentheses, add a comma, the number 2, close parentheses, equals 0, and you'll see how this works in a second. And then if we click on format and fill, I'm just going to choose the lightest gray I can, hit OK, OK, and now we have slight difference between a light gray and a white. It just makes everything a little bit easier to see. And then the other thing I want to do is if we had a gain, I want the gain to be green. And if we had a loss, I want the loss to be red, just so it makes everything a little bit easier on your eyes. So in terms of the dollar amount gained, let's click on cell D2, for example. And then if we go up into this number group here, select the drop down, more number formats, and then select custom, you'll see that there are default options you can choose from. And this one that we currently have selected is the one I want to use, but I also want to edit it a little bit. And this formula we currently have selected is our current format we're using. So this is probably best for another video to explain everything that's happening here. But basically, this semicolon is separating a positive outcome versus a negative outcome versus an even outcome. And what I want to do is assign colors for the positive outcome and the negative outcome. So if I click into this formula at the very beginning, I'm just going to type in bracket, green, close bracket, because we want positive to be green, and then find the semicolon, because this is the break between positive and negative. And for the negative, bracket, red, close bracket, and hit OK. And you'll see a neon green popping up, and we're going to change that one more time. So we're going to go back to more number formats, custom, and then at the very bottom, you'll see the formula we were using. The reason I did this at the start was just to show you there's a few colors you can just type the name of, but there's also a giant list of colors. And if you go through them, you'll see that a better looking green color is called color 50. If we hit OK, that just looks way better. I just wanted to show you that the green one, the default green one, is kind of like a lime neon color. But this is what we want. So if we click Format Painter in the top left, and format paint this all the way down, you'll see that our negative value, so General Motors was down today, it displays red. And then let's highlight all of this again. Format painter to today's gain or loss. Format painter one more time, the total gain or loss. And then with one quick glance, it's easy to see that all of our stocks we own are up all time since we bought it. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing for percentage pretty much. So if we click and sell F2, hit the drop down, more number formats, custom. I'm just going to type this one in because this one's really easy. The dollar amount one had a million different things in there, but this is really simple. So I'm going to start with bracket, color 50 for our positive outcome. And then you just have to type in 0.00%, add your semicolon, bracket, red, close bracket, 0.00%, semicolon, and then 0.00%. And this third option is if it is at 0, it's not positive or negative. It will just display the amount, which is going to be 0, and it will just be black. So if we hit OK and then hit Format Painter and copy this all the way down, you'll see that our gains are green and our losses are red once again. And then if we Format Paint this over to the total, we now have all of our green and red columns filled out, and good news for this template, there's a lot more green than red. And now our whole chart is done. The last thing we're going to do is fill out the totals. So there's a few totals that will just be sums, where if we type in equals sum, open our parentheses and highlight and hit enter, we're summing for today's gain in dollars. If we copy this formula over, we're summing for our total gain in dollars. We're also summing for our current value and our cost basis. So besides the sums, the only other functions we'll need will be in the today's gain or loss, in total gain or loss, as for the percentages. So let's start with today's gain or loss in cell F9, and we'll just type in equals, open parentheses, and click on J9, the current value, minus, open our parentheses, J9 again, the current value, minus E9, today's gain or loss, and then close those parentheses and close the other one as well, and then divide that by, open parentheses, J9 minus E9 again, close those parentheses and hit enter. And then let's copy over our formatting from above using the Format Painter. And you'll see today's gain or loss is 0.54% total. And then finally in cell H9, our total percentage gain or loss for our portfolio will be equal to, in parentheses, J9, the current value, minus K9, our cost basis, in parentheses, divided by K9, hit enter, and then one more time, Format Painter. We are up 44.36% lifetime. And then since this is a total column, I'm going to highlight everything and bold it, and then I'll also highlight and make it gray. And now we're done. If you want something I like to do once I'm done with a spreadsheet like this, where I'm not going to be doing much outside of it, I'll go into the View tab and deselect grid lines to make everything look a little bit cleaner. So now you're all set. I will leave a link to this spreadsheet in the description for the video. All you have to do is open that link. You'll see the spreadsheet. You're going to want to make a copy for yourself so that you can edit it. And then, as we've talked about earlier, all these manual columns, the stock, the shares, and the per share amount will be something you have to enter in on your own. If you want to have more stocks, which you probably will, you will have to insert rows and then copy the formulas down. But yeah, that's it for this stock portfolio tracker. I hope you learned something from this. I think this is a pretty cool and useful spreadsheet. It's one that I use every day to track my stocks. And if you did enjoy and you got some use out of this or use the template, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you have not yet already. Thanks for watching.